Kalispera, pedia. I am arriving at the gym right now. I just wanted to drop this video very quickly because I think it's an important topic for a lot of you guys who want to come to Greece, whether it is to retire or to just move here altogether. And the topic of integrating into the community is something that is very, very important. I know a few expats at the moment that are trying their best to integrate into the community. So I want to share with you a few things that you can do as an expat in order to integrate into the community here in Greece, okay? Number one, learn a little bit about the language, okay? So this is something that I've been mentioning since day one, since I started this YouTube channel. You need to learn a little bit of Greek, okay? Yes, everybody speaks English here in Greece, but at the same time, if you want to be fully integrated into the community, it goes a long way if you learn a little bit of basic Greek, okay? It doesn't matter what level you have, even if it's just a very basic words, right? Like kalimera, kalispera, gya su, τι κάνεις, you know? Very basic Greek will go a long way because Greeks will understand that you're trying to communicate, right, in their language, and this goes a long way. I cannot stress this enough, okay? So learning a little bit of the language, it helps a lot because once you go, let's say, to the supermarket, or you go to, you know, a periptero for that matter, and you want to buy something, you know, by just saying kalimera, you know, you can get away with a lot. People will not understand that you're a foreigner, or maybe they do, but they might think that you actually know the language. And right there and then you have already the doors open for communication. And the further you go into the language, right, the more they communicate back at you and you don't understand, which is going to happen, then you can actually, you know, hold the brakes a little bit and say like, hey, I'm just a foreigner trying to learn Greek, but hey, I live here. But that's the first thing that it will open the doors for the Greeks, right, the locals, to actually acknowledge you and say like, hey, you know, what's up, you know, who are you, where are you from, you know? So that's number one. Learn a little bit of Greek. Kalimera goes a long way. Kalispera, kalo vradi, kalo apogevma. All right, all of these little words go a long way, and it will help you on everyday things, okay? Everyday activities like shopping. This goes a long way, and this is the best way to integrate into the community, which brings me to the second point. When you go shopping, make sure that you go shopping locally, even if it's just a supermarket, even if it's just a big chain of supermarket like Sklavenitis or My Market or whatever. Usually the staff is the same. Not always, but usually it's the same staff. So if you tend to shop from certain supermarkets, then you are going to build relationships, okay? If you shop at a very small family-owned business like Vagalikos and stuff like that, right? Like grocery, green grocers and all of this, you know, then you are going to see the same owners. Right? This is why I share a lot about me, you know, shopping where Panayotis has his shop. Like my friend Panayotis, I've done a video about this, a dedicated video to that shop. A dedicated video of me shopping there because it's my local Vagaliko, okay? And this is where I do a lot of my shopping for specific products, okay? Local produced products. And obviously, this is how I met him. I was just new in town, and I will just, you know, it's really close to my house, and I'm like, okay, what do you have here, right? What do you sell? And this is how I built a relationship with him. And nowadays I go and hang out with him. I literally go and hang out with him, especially on a Friday evening, and just, you know, literally have a drink with him. Like I'm having chipuro, and I have built a relationship beyond being a customer, okay? And we have nothing in common, by the way, absolutely nothing. But this goes a long way, and this is how I have integrated into the community. Now, the third thing that you can do as an expat is to join Facebook groups. This is what a lot of expats do. They join a lot of expat Facebook groups. They go and do meetups, and, you know, it's a great way to meet other expats. However, you're not integrating with the locals, okay? You're still in your expat bubble. It can be helpful because you will feel the support of others that are going through a similar experience as you are, like being a foreigner in a strange country, you know, for that matter, and you're still in your bubble. You're not integrated with other members of the community, okay? It has a place. I'm not denying that, but because I have been traveling for many years and I've lived in different countries, I tend to be a different breed of traveler or foreigner. And what I mean by that is that when I went to the States and I was living there, I did not connect with other Venezuelans. And that doesn't mean that I'm up my ass, okay? I'm not saying that I'm pretentious, but I just wanted to get lost in the community, all right? When I went to England, for that matter, it was the same thing. I tried my best to connect with other Venezuelans that they were living in London, but somehow it did not work out for me. I didn't feel that it was something that was going to help me integrate into the British culture, all right? So for some people it works wonders. For others, like myself, I'd rather be kind of like a lone wolf kind of thing and just get lost in the community and actually integrate. By default you will have to integrate, but Facebook groups and meetups with different expats is a great way to have support, but understand that sooner or later you're going to have to go on your own, so to speak, or at least try to go with other expats and try to blend in with the locals. Remember, the idea here is to integrate into the community, not to stay in your own bubble with other expats. I'm telling you this because I've seen a lot of people do this, and the time goes by and they still haven't made any connections with the locals. They're still with the meetups. They're still, having conversations with other expats from back home or whatever, or from different countries, and they all have one thing in common. They live in a foreign country, but all of them are trying to infiltrate. Maybe that's the wrong word, but they're all trying to integrate. Actually, not infiltrate. Infiltrate's a little bit too. It has a negative energy to it. They are all trying to integrate into the community. Okay, so understand that Facebook groups are okay, expat groups are all right, meetups are great to find support, but sooner or later you're going to have to go and swim, and sooner or later you're going to have to try to integrate and build a relationship with the locals. And it's not something that you have to. You can certainly live in a country and not be integrated into the community, but you're missing out. That's just in my humble opinion. Okay, and the next thing that you can do is to join classes. Okay, whatever it is that you're into, join a class, join a gym, right? A gym is a great place to meet people, and stick to a schedule. So the time that I come to the gym is in the afternoons, and it's the same people every day pretty much. And I have met people like this actually. In fact, I have a funny story. I was coming to this gym right in the beginning, and somebody was like, "Hey, what's up? So how's it going?" And I'm like, "Do I know you?" And this guy was being very friendly to me, and I'm like, I get the feeling that he knows me, right? And he was asking me questions about, have I found a place to stay here enough and all of this. I'm like, what the hell? The funny thing is that he was the real estate agent. Check this out. He was a real estate agent. Well, he still is. He was the real estate agent back in the day when we came here to Nashville the very first time, when we were looking for a place to stay. And he remembered me. So he was the actual guy who took us around Nashville when we were looking for a place to stay here 5-6 years ago. And he remembered me. Crazy stuff, man. And he comes to the gym. And I cannot stress this enough, especially when you live in a small community, okay? If you stick to a plan, to a schedule, and you shop at the same place, and you try to build relationship with the people that are working there, you try to get out of your way and participate in the community, right? Enroll in a gym. Enroll. I don't know if you're into yoga classes, Pilates, whatever it is. My wife has done that. Okay, because you have to understand that when we moved here to Nashville, we didn't know anybody, absolutely nobody. Okay. Today I can walk down the streets and say hi to everybody. It's a small community at the end of the day, And very quickly, if you are open to building relationships, you will meet people. And Greeks are very welcoming and very friendly. And the last thing that I would like to say is to actually put yourself out there in whatever way, shape, or form. All right. If you don't have a job here in Greece, for example, which some expats do have a job here in Greece, and that's a great way to integrate into the community. It puts you in a situation where you have to commute somewhere. It puts you in a situation where you have to interact with other people, and after work, go and have a drink or whatever. So you're gonna be forced into situations where you're gonna have to be social in one way or another. And in my own experience now, that I've been here for so many years, but at the same time, here where I live, it's still early days. I've been living here only for 4 years, so I'm still in the process of building relationships. Of course, it helps a lot that I have kids. If you're a family, that's it. That's your golden ticket to society. You know, when you have children, you're always going to be forced into go to some kind of like celebration or some party or some school activity, right? So there's always something with schools, and this has been, obviously this has opened, you know, doors that they wouldn't be possible for me to open on my own. All right, or even with my wife. So having kids and having a family is a great way to meet people from all walks of life. By the way, I have met so many people here in Africa. I can't tell you, from different backgrounds. I mean, it's just crazy, and we have become friends and everything. You know, because of the kids, because of having kids. So that goes a long way. And finally, what I would like to say is that since I started this YouTube channel, this channel has opened doors for me beyond what I could have possibly even imagined. Okay, here in the community, I've met a lot of people through this channel. Funny enough, since I started this YouTube channel, my network has expanded beyond what I thought it was possible. I never thought that I would be making YouTube videos about my life in Greece here as a foreigner, and I will connect with other Greeks, especially here in the community. As soon as I started this YouTube channel, it was just mind-blowing. I mean, some people started to write underneath some of my videos, like, I live in Naflio, I know you, I have seen you around, and I never comprehended your story. I never knew your backstory. I never knew who you actually were, and it's because of these videos that they actually have connected it better with my community here. And I was just walking down the street in Naflio, you know, some guy stopped me, and I know the person. I know him from just saying Calimera, nothing else. And he said, like, you're doing a great job. I can't believe, you know, we've been seeing each other all this time, for the last 4 years anyway, say hi and Calimera and all of this. But now I got to know you through your videos. Like, you know, like, it's amazing. And that has built a stronger connection, a stronger relationship. One day I was at the supermarket, and some lady just, you know, we just bumped into each other, and she looked at me like that weird, and it's like, oh, I watch your videos, and I press like. I was so humble, you know, because I do feel that there's making a deeper connection here in the flesh, right? Like, it's not just doing videos and somebody else watches this video somewhere else, and it doesn't have an impact here in my immediate reality. So I really feel blessed for that, because it helps me immensely as a foreigner to actually connect even more and integrate even more. And the fact that I can even be stopped in the street here in a small town where I live, you know, I feel, you know, blessed. You know, it's just amazing. And I got stories. I don't want to drop too many stories like this, because it's gonna make me sound like I'm like I want to be famous or something like that, or I want to be recognized. It's not about that. It's about actually having an impact beyond what you think is possible by trying to integrate into the community. All right. So to give it another example, so I'm not just focusing on myself, there's this lady who has created a very big Facebook group, okay, for expats here in the Peloponnese, and I think she's Dutch or German. I don't remember. Anyways, I connected with her through my videos actually, and she has a very big Facebook group. Okay, I think it's like 50,000 people there. And it's all about expat life here in the Peloponnese. And she has created that group in a matter of a few years, and all of these people have just joined in, man. It's just crazy. And the amount of connections that you make, okay, it's just mind-blowing. Yes, with other expats, but at the same time with the Greeks, because Greeks are in there. And it's a great way to network. It's a great way to get support. It's a great way to just, you know, find your way into the community. So anyways, this is just a quick video that I wanted to do about integrating into the community here in Greece. You know, obviously, depending on where you're going to be based in Greece, this is going to be a little bit easier for you or a little bit harder. You know, if you're going to be in Athens, in a bigger city, you know, it's going to have a different feel. It could be easier because, you know, there's a lot of more people. Maybe you get lost in the crowd. Smaller communities tend to be a little bit more closed, right? But at the same time, it's very easy to become part of it, because it's just such a small community. So Naflio is like around 15,000 people, right? Which is the size of my audience right now as I am recording this on this channel. So 15,000 people is a lot, but it's not a lot really when it comes down to a community, a town. It's a very small town. So you could be taking part within that town by being someone who is actually active in the community, participating by going to the gym, maybe just enroll in the gym, Pilates or yoga lessons. I mean, my wife have done all of those things. You know, she enrolled in some sewing lessons and some stuff. She met great people, man. Again, from all walks of life, but just enrolling in some sewing lessons, and she learned some things, and of course met some people. Anyways, guys, I hope this video finds you well. Thank you so much for the love and support. Drop in the comment section what you're watching this video, and I'll see you in another video, my friend.